Hi, I didn't see it running. Hi, how are you? It's been really a long time since I've been, oops, since I've been communicating with you. Yeah, I made a video last week in Serbia, and I honestly don't remember everything I said because it was really random. It was random, and a bit groggy from the lunar eclipse last night. I was really in wonderful energy yesterday, but today it's I was a couch potato. So yeah, I really have some resistance in doing this anymore. I've had resistance for a while. Last week, when I was supposed to make a video in Serbian, I really needed to take a long, like longer takeoff. And today, I mean, I did the same thing, but then I had this thoughts running through my head that I couldn't catch, and it was like, okay, it's time to do something. So yeah, I'm holding to my wings that I received recently. It's a dragon dragon wings. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's sort of kind of helping me hide from some energies. It's a completely different stream of energies today than the last week when I made that video, and it was really ranting, just ranting. And I just, I mean, I was completely incapacitated to work. I was unable to work with clients, and I physically some things have happened, and then I just couldn't. I mean, I don't know, there were some heavy energies and some stuff that I were not so good for me, and the intention was exactly this. So I'm just making myself do something and say something, and I'm just, even now I'm feeling a bit of fog, this psychic fog that is not even mine. And I was made to watch things, to witness things that I've been told for a while now that they don't exist and that it's not real. And sort of, I mean, if this is in your life and you're attracting this, then there's something might be wrong with you, but it's exactly the opposite. The more light you share, because we live in the polarities, I was forced to watch the opposite polarity, and I'm basically faced with it. And yeah, it didn't feel so nice. Yeah, it's something we all tend to put under the carpet. And basically lately, what we're dealing with, we are receiving a lot of energy, which is a very good energy. It's a very strong, powerful stream of light, and we're all processing it. But the thing is that the more of it we receive, it's like the water. When you pour water into a jug, and if there is a stale water or some dirty or muddy water, the first thing that's going to come out is that mud, that stale water. So it has to go out before you can have this pure water in. You have to clear it first, and this is what's happening with all of us, because this light, it's sort of a water frequency. Water is light, and we have to clear our subconscious programs and old energy that doesn't serve anymore, that it's out of alignment. And basically, everybody's doing this, but most of us who are doing something, who are energy workers, healers, or light workers, or whatever you want to call yourself, we are witnessing this. And why? Because we live in the world of polarity still. We lived in this kind of world. We created this world. We agreed on it, on being here. We have all been a part of the duality experiment. And that paradigm is shifting now, and it needs to leave. And because of that, we are witnessing it more than others. Because especially for the ones who see something, who will see all sorts of things, which is the part of our collective subconscious. So in order for it to be integrated and for us to learn from it and then release it and transmute it, it has to be witnessed, and somebody has to witness it. The ones who are completely unconscious won't witness it, they will feel it differently. But this is part of the ascension process. We are all ascending, the earth is ascending. I know I haven't been speaking about it in Serbian videos a lot. That was my last video about, but you know, in English speaking areas, you can find a whole lot of information about it, so I wasn't speaking about it that much. But anyways, I've been sort of directed to speak of my own personal experience with it. So I'm not going to be talking about everything, because when I start to speak about it, people think that I'm imagining things, and it's heavy stuff. But I read energies, and I see what's going on, especially in dreams, and it hasn't been so good lately. And those energies, some of them are aggressive and they don't want to leave. And there are still people who are cooperating with those kind of energies. And basically, when you choose dimensions, if you want to shift your consciousness to a higher level, we want to shift our perspective from duality, we still need to acknowledge the existence of this duality, of the experiment that we have all been part of. So basically, we have all at some point cooperated with those kind of energies. But the point of it now is that we don't have to anymore. And we can cut connections with them, and we can do it on our own with the help of our guides. We can tell them to leave and to cut cords with it. And basically, this is what I've been doing for a while now. It stopped a bit, but I've had these dreams for almost 2 weeks where I was telling to some things and energies and beings and even people, I don't want to cooperate with you, and I don't want to cooperate with you because I'm directed to do that, because I've been advised by beings wiser than me that I shouldn't be doing that anymore. There has been a past in my history where I have had been, and the time did come for me to be accountable for that. And it's not only for me, it's for everybody. We should all be accountable, and it's not somebody else that can do it for us or clear it for us. It can, but not until we become before we acknowledge it and become accountable for it, and then we can release it. So we can learn from that past and not stick to it, because this is not who we are anymore. And we don't need that anymore. We don't need duality anymore. So this means that when we live in polarities and in dualities, it doesn't only mean black and white. It means all sorts of shades of gray, and also it means hot or cold, short and tall, warm and cold, but also lukewarm too. It means male and female. It doesn't mean, so when we ascend to the next level of development, it doesn't mean that we are physically going to become male and female together, but energetically we are, because we are embodying this kind of consciousness uh, where we are blending our energies and sort of integrating them, becoming aware of that, of how we function from both polarities, and that we all have these polarities inside of us. So we can vibrate in a higher frequency, in a higher level, so that we become aware of what's inside of us, but also how is that was once in our energy created the reality, not only for us but for everybody else, because we have all participated in creating this collective. We are collective. This is what we are learning now. What is it that we are as a collective have created in the past? And because we want a better world, different, this is what we are all doing from the higher planes. It's just that we don't remember it. We don't remember that we decided that we are going to carry this change, the change of paradigm, this shift that everybody is talking about. So yes, the earth is ascending. The energies are strong and high. I don't know what, what kind of frequency is today. It's been strong yesterday. It's been strong today. I'm not following the apps to see what level, how the earth is vibrating now. Why? Because I follow what's happening to me, so I know something and I feel the energy stream. It's much easier now than it used to be like a year ago, because for me this has been happening for a while. So I see a lot of people panicking around me. Yeah, this is happening and this is happening. I mean, for me it's been happening for a really long time, and I'm aware of it, and I've been doing a lot of transmutation through my dreams and through other modalities, and I've been working with clients and I've been listening to what they have to tell me. So I know this has been happening for a while now. So my attention was being directed to the energy shifting, the earth shifting for the last 3 to 4 years now. So this is not something that started happening yesterday. It's just that you became aware of it yesterday, or I don't know, whenever you became aware of it. So yeah. It's just that it became a lot more intense because a lot more people is participating in it. So everything is being cleared from them too. So the scripts and whatever is inside of their subconscious that they don't want to face is trying to call their attention in many different ways. And to the ones who are most very unconscious yet, it's through different diseases or difficulties that they might have. They're manifesting it in the way that it's most appropriate for them to pay attention to it. Yeah, you can see there are a lot of more disasters on the outside, that people are a lot more nervous depending on the areas where you are. Somewhere they're more calm depending on how their process of integration is happening. Yeah, but there is restlessness in the higher planes too, especially in the astral planes, and those who have a task of working in astral planes and helping clear the collective subconscious, which is actually creating the most problems now, are having difficulties that they're not there because they are unconscious, but because they are conscious. And because we're choosing dimensions now in which we want to exist in the future. And yeah, everybody's talking about the earth split. And there have been my colleagues, hypnotherapists in the world, who have been reporting of the cases of the people telling about it, especially the ones who belong to the QHHT method. And I have had clients who were talking about that too, in a different way though. And I didn't have anybody who was telling me that the earth is going to split. I've had people who told me about different dimensions that people will be existing on, depending on the level of their development at the moment and the level of their consciousness. So basically, yeah, these are the times when we're all choosing collectively dimensions that we're going to exist and energies that we are going to cooperate with in the future. And of course, there are energies who want to keep the status quo, who want things to be the same because it suits them. it suits them. They will exist in this way, and they exist through us. And we sometimes make deals with those kind of energies unconsciously because we don't have enough information, or it suits us. They serve a purpose, and they served a purpose in the past for all of us, but now they don't serve anymore. They're not in our service. They don't work for us anymore. They work for themselves. And when you find that you have these kind of energies around you that don't work for you, that they are not compatible with you, that are dragging you into the dimension that where you doesn't serve you anymore, you don't want to be there anymore, you can cut connections with them with the help of your guides, and you can do it on your own. And if you do need help with that, you will be guided to receive this help. You will be guided to the people that will help you. And basically, they're manipulative. I've been speaking about false guides. I'm not going to be talking about this now. And this is basically what I'm talking about now. And I've seen them with my clients. Some people are aware of it, some not. But I am aware of it every time the client comes. And sometimes I direct the client to this clear up. Sometimes I don't, because they are not ready for that. So yeah, this is what I've been basically about, what I'm talking about basically, and this is what I've been dealing in my own personal journey. I was actually dealing it. So they will try whatever they can to stick around and drag you lower, because you are creating the reality that they want you to create, because it suits them, not you. And you will be probably tempted with something that you need. That might be power, that might be glory, that might be love, that might be relationship, that might be a child, that might be wealth. I don't know, whatever. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. It's not so openly discussed. Whenever you do, like I did the last time, I've been sort of shunned because, oh, you're not talking about the things that are coming from the light. They do come from the light. They can project light. It's just that they don't work for you anymore. Period. You can tell them to, you don't need them anymore. They can leave. And the only question that you should ask yourself is how you feel. Yeah, you might think you need something and you want to make this deal, but once you start feeling like you're disconnected from yourself, and you're disconnected from your path, you're disconnected from your soul, and you're disconnected from God, then it's not for you, and it's serving somebody else's purpose. So it's basically easy. Yeah. It entails a lot of emotional work, yeah, and a lot of consciousness, but I'm talking about this for the sake of the people, and most of my clients are people who already work with other people and are sort of have developed themselves to a certain level, and it might be happening to some of you. So this is why I'm speaking about it, and I'm even now not speaking very openly about it. But there are many things that we don't know. There are many things that we haven't been told, that have been hidden from us, or many things that we have been manipulated with, especially in these areas around here, especially if we are living in a sort of a collective program, in a sort of system dominated, and especially if we have been experiencing a lot of systemic violence in the form of collective beliefs. You might be facing that now, so this is what I'm talking about. I could be using different terms, but I won't, because it's high time for us to see some things. So yeah, everybody's also talking about the earth, the ascension of the earth and the earth split. The earth is ascending, yeah, those energies are happening, but it is us who are doing this, and we are doing this for our own sakes. Yeah, Earth doesn't need us. She can ascend anytime she wanted. It's us, our souls. We're doing this for ourselves from the higher planes because we have had a collective deal, a collective agreement. We are the collective. And now we want to create a better world, a world that serves everybody, a world that doesn't entail so much difficulties. And these are the times that we are choosing dimensions according to what our level of development and understanding, and what do we actually want, and how do we want to create in the future, and if we want to create consciously and be in a higher vibration, in 5D vibration. We can be in 4D, but we decided to be in a 5D. We could be in a 12D. I don't know why we decided this. I haven't gotten that far yet in my own understandings, but yeah, basically 4D still has dualities. In 5D we are overcoming it, but with our consciousness. Doesn't mean we won't be having bodies. We are, but we're gonna be vibrating differently. And this is why so many of our processes are physical and physically difficult, because we are processing energies that are new and unfamiliar to us. It's our energies of our souls, and we are all connecting to our souls. We're all invited and allowed to embody our souls now, and we are all embodying divine energies now, which is us, the higher vibrations, our higher selves now. It's just some of us are doing it consciously. We are all doing it. Some are doing it unconsciously. Just some are searching and researching of what is happening to them, and some are not. And some will be leaving this dimension this or that way, and being in different, which means that people will be dying, and you see around yourself that this is what's happening. A lot more people are getting sick, and people are leaving this plane. And some people won't, but they will be existing in the reality that they chose on this subconscious level that they're going to be in, which also serves their development, because they haven't learned some of their own lessons yet, and they're not there yet. They cannot embody their higher self and their souls yet, because they are in the process. And they still have this unclear water to clear before they can do that, because before they can embody. It's really difficult to embody divine energies, pure divine energies now. For the body, it's difficult. There, a couple of years ago, it was virtually impossible, because it was a lot more heavier vibration. There was not enough of us who were embodying their higher selves and who were embodying those higher vibrations. So some energy couldn't exist in these planes. But now it's different. The energies, collective energies, have changed, and it is possible. The energies that we're receiving are all good. They're not bad. And I know we're all complaining, and a lot of people are panicking, because it's mentally exhausting. We need to understand. Our mental mind needs to understand what's happening to it. I do. I mean, and up until recently, I was embodying this part of me that it's like a big black cat, like, and it was quite difficult to do that, and all sorts of things happened. But now I've been seeing the eagle part of me, and that eagle head, that it's sort of becoming my head, and it's a different kind of difficult, because my mental mind is exhausted. It's been happening for the last couple of days, and it's been running programs, and it's on, I mean, why I can't even catch my thoughts. And I've been taught recently how I function in this manner, that I'm not, and I have a lot of other people's thoughts in my head, because I'm telepathic, and I telepathically communicate with my clients before they come. and I'm with other people, especially close people. So I catch people's thoughts, and I don't even know that these are not my thoughts. And I can't even, discern of my own thoughts at some point. And even I'm not even my own thoughts, not to mention other people's thoughts, because I'm not me, not only me, any one of us. We are not our thoughts. Those thoughts are running programs, our mental mind trying to understand what's happening to it. Yeah, having ideas, inspirations, but these are thoughts that come from the outside or from our inner guidance and inner wisdom, but we are not our thoughts. We are above that. We are something much more beautiful than that. And we are somebody, the one who thinks, the thinker, the one who observes, the observer. We are not our thought. We are not that. And I am directed to speak about this because all of these things that are happening to us, whether they're physical or emotional or mentally hard or whatever that is happening, or difficulties, diseases, maybe it's basically they are illusions. And we are manifesting these kind of programs, these kind of contracts that we had in the past, or deals that we had not only with other people, other souls, other beings, other energies, but with our own soul and energy, because we created a script for some reason at some point. And yeah, it is really hard when you are in the midst of something, and especially if there is a lot of pain, physical pain involved, or a disease, or and then you get scared, or something very difficult emotionally, to say to yourself that this is an illusion. But I'm being asked to tell you that this is an illusion, and it's being manifesting more quickly and rapidly because we are changing vibrations and we are clearing. So the ones who are embodying, who are sort of in the front lines of embodying the divine energies and soul energies, will experience this beforehand, before everybody else, and a lot quicker. And the manifestations will be faster, but the clearings will be also faster, and the solutions will come faster. You just need to go inward and connect to your core and to your soul and your guidance system and your support system in soul group. Even if you don't know who they are, connect with them from the heart space, and the solutions will come, because that's how these energies work, and that's how we work from the higher planes. And soul is a collective, because soul is multidimensional, and it spreads, our higher self spreads in different people. Soul can too, but soul also spreads in different energies and different dimensions. There is always a solution in some parallel reality that you might not be even aware of. So just try, which I know from personal experience is very hard. Not always when you focus on what's going on now. It's really difficult on your own to bring from that other part of you what you really need as a solution at this moment, but it's possible. So yeah, just connect with your guides at this moment as often and as you can, and don't forget it, never forget it lately. So what I've been hearing from my clients, for instance, about these energies, I've had clients that have been telling me, and I've been reading articles about it. I've heard other therapists report from their cases of their clients, and also people who channel energy and information and read energies speaking about it. So they are saying that there will be light all around 360 degrees, and they will be coming through windows and walls, and will be whether bright white light and like a rainbow colored light, or smoke of that color, like smoke, but thick, almost touchable, and the sun will explode. If you check the sun has changed and it looks differently. I don't know about supernovas and the life of a star, and so I'm not a physicist, so I cannot tell you about that, and I don't know enough about and I'm not an astronomer. I'm just reporting from what I've heard, and my clients have been also speaking about it. I've had clients who said that they only came here in this dimension now, in this reality, because they're waiting for the sun to become new, and for them to grow up a little bit, to develop more. And I've had more than one client saying something like this. These are people who have never read something about it, who don't listen to these channels that I do, and I mean, they've never heard. So this is something that they were speaking when we go to the soul plane, and this is something from their souls. And then I also have clients who are telling me that all this will be happening in our dreams, and there will be doors that will open, and that we will be handed keys, and when this will happen in our dreams, so we will know, and we will be invited to walk through this door, and we should not be afraid of that in that moment, because of we will enter to a new reality and a new dimension. And there have been reports from my foreign colleagues, from their clients, who were speaking about something like this, but they said it will be happening in the broad daylight, and a lot of people will be startled, and they won't walk through the doors because they won't know what's going on with them, and they might miss an opportunity. And then there will be like this fog and smoke, bright white or rainbow color, that will be coming through the walls and stuff. I haven't heard anybody reporting of anything like this. I mean, they all speak about it, but I think that this is something that they read of happening on an astral plane. And speaking from my own personal experience, this has been happening for me for the last year and a half, or maybe more, especially in my dreams and in my meditations, in my visions, when I go really deep. And it's happened to me more than once. I've experienced it, this shift that they speak about it, more than once. And I think it's individual process, and it's different for everybody. And for some people it has happened like years ago, and for some people happened like months ago, and for some people it's happening now, and for some people it will take time before it happens, because it will happen to all of us. It depends on when the certain person is ready. And what's happening for me is I've been observing my own clearings and transmutations in processes in my dreams, and every time I work on something and finish something, a certain level, a certain story, I see this happening. I see like the ball of white light coming through windows, and it's like for instance, once I was sitting in the house of my grandparents in a dream, my mother's grandparents, and this has been happening, like it was coming through the walls and through the windows, and everything became white. And sometimes I'm not so aware of it because I'm sleeping, I'm half sleeping, or I'm completely unconscious, and I just become aware of this ball of white light. And it happened to me last summer, last autumn, this autumn, when I came from a retreat, and it happened to me recently, like 2 weeks ago, in another process after this process, where first the clearing happens, and some things are not so difficult, and some things are really extremely difficult, and then this energy clears, and then I see this happening, and I feel it. I literally, I don't only see it, but I feel it as if somebody splashed water all over me, and I'm sometimes completely in a deep sleep, and I'm just I just have a flash of this. This is the only thing I remember, because this is the only way I can receive this energy. I can integrate it in myself. So it's sort of basically your channel becomes a bit broader, and you can accept it. You can receive it, not accept it. You can receive it. This is the easiest way for you to receive it. And I've seen it with my clients. Whenever we do something, whenever we work, they sort of, whenever there is something that they're not completely ready to consciously deal with, and they think that they fell asleep, and they're actually in a deep state of trance, and this is the only way that they can go. For instance, if we go to when we go to the soul plane, and then we go to a soul group, and they cannot deal with the soul group yet, because they're not ready to see if somebody is there or is not there, or something that has happened with somebody who is from the soul group, or they're feeling very lonely here, or something, whatever the issue is with them, and they cannot deal with the energy of the soul group at that moment. They sort of fall asleep, and this is the only way that they can receive energy. I recently had a client in a group session when we were dealing with the archetypes of the divine, and this is what also happened with this person. But I was seeing that something energetically, something was happening with her, so she did receive the energy she needed. It's just that was the best way for her to receive this energy. So yes, but when you're transmuting collective subconscious, especially like I'm transmuter. This is I was transmuting energy when I didn't even know about it, but not only mine, and my issue is that I cling to it. I think it's mine. Especially in dreams, I observe processes of my clients even before they come, even before I know who's coming, but I do it in a way that I'm going through it. It's happening to me. So I don't know that this energy is not mine, and the best way for me to transmit and receive what I need to give is in this through dreams, and it's when I'm not fully functional and in beta waves, because I'm not fully in beta waves now too, but it's easier. It's a lot easier because it's a whole lot of energy. It's not only mine. So basically why I have this scarf here, it's a dragon. It's I received it from Slovenia, and it's from all places in the world. It came from there. It helps me. I was connecting with this energy for a really long time, and I couldn't receive all of the energy that it carried. I mean, I did become a dragon a while ago in some of my meditations and in group work, but I can't. It's not here all the time, and it's not fully embodied. So because it's a really strong energy, and besides, I'm hiding from. It helps me disconnect, create a boundary between the energy that is not mine, that doesn't belong to me. So it's sort of protecting me from these kind of energies. So I have wings. I got my wings. It's they're more angel wings. But for me, the dragon energy and the archangel energy is one and the same. And I've been speaking about it. I'm not going to be repeating it now. So these are the archetypes that are in us, that we are reading the divine through, and different emanations of the divine in different dimensions. So was there anything else? Basically what's happening, why is this all happening, and why all the transmutations and clearings and difficulties, and while we are embodying our own energy, our own clear spirit energy, is we are invited to be who we really are. And this is basically synchronizing our own alignment with ourselves, with who we really are, because it's basically everything I've been talking about in all of my previous videos, in everything I do with my clients, in everything that this works represents, because we are mostly functioning from different roles, and even our past lives, or those different dimensions that are presented to us, that we read when we start to transmute, to transform of who we are, who we were, different dimensions and different roles. We used to be these roles, and we are these roles in different dimensions. But this is not who we really are. This is something that we should learn from, understand, see what's the message and the gift that is caring for us, and release. And yeah, especially when we are integrating the opposites, our opposites. It doesn't really matter whether they can all be good, but they're opposites. It's also who we are, but we need to understand how we function as this other us. And this is the alignment of who we really are on a higher plane, who we actually are, who we have forgotten we are. You know, this is like kind of hard to understand and hard for mental mind to process, because we are embodying our divine selves now. And yeah, especially these energies of July have been like that. And we've been speaking about it. We all have this also male and female energies inside of us. So we are both gods and goddesses, and we function from those roles on the different planes. But when we are ascending to the plane of the higher plane, of the plane of the higher self, we are functioning from this energy of who we really are. Soul is for me, it's different. It's a different dimension, and it doesn't have a polarity of any kind. And we are embodying our souls. Before we can do that, we have to integrate these differences inside of us, and also release everything that it's not us. Other people's energy, other roles, other beliefs that we accepted, collective beliefs that we accepted, that we agreed upon, roles of the society, of the culture, of the group, of whoever we wanted to belong to, so that we can tell ourselves that we do belong, to define ourselves in some way. But these are all roles that sometimes disconnect us from who we really are. And this is like our alignment, our synchronizing with our true nature. And the best thing that you can do and you can offer to the world is who you really are. And I've been told in meditation before I made a video in Serbian that the best gift that you can actually give to the world, and the only way that you can show to the world that you love it, is to through being who you really are, and allowing it to show, sort of emanating that. I don't know if I'm making sense, because I'm basically, I feel as if I'm running in circles. So yeah, that's what I was actually trying to say. And that was the previous video, but I don't think I repeated everything I've said there, because I honestly really don't remember. It's like I said, something is really it's been really exhausting for my mental mind. And yeah, I've been trying to place in proper words, in something that you can accept, some of the things that are not so nice, that people don't really want to face, but we are invited to face it, and we are invited to witness it, because it's not going to go away. I mean, yeah, about the disclosures, people been talking when they speak about the ascension processes. A lot of people, not so much in Serbian, but in those foreign channels that I've been listening, and people have been reading it. I see that a lot of people are connecting to that stream. Is about disclosures and about things that we don't know collectively. And yeah, that's it. That is going to happen. But from what I've been told, this is the last instance. Like what's the government hiding from us, and what's happening like globally, and the technologies that have been hidden from us, and all the imaginable scenarios, because whatever, anything you can imagine is real, right? And yeah, what's going to happen, it's going to be happening on a personal level first, because you basically have to deal with your own um not blindness, but what's hidden in your life. Maybe it's in your plain sight, but you were either not ready to see it, you didn't want to see it, it didn't suit you to see it. Not only in your own behavior and how is your behavior and your choices affecting others, but also, I mean, some people were presented with things that they didn't know, because they, for some reason, did choose that scenario from higher planes, but they don't remember it, and they're like, the choices were already set for them by other people. Like, for instance, you might be discovering that maybe your spouse is not your, like, the most perfect partner, because you've been choosing from a different level of development, or maybe this, you've been misguided there by false guides, because this partner is actually not serving your higher purpose and not helping you develop in the most appropriate way for yourself, or develop your full potential, but actually it serves the purpose of observing you and sort of not helping you develop, hinder your development, to control you. Because who knows, maybe in some of your previous scenarios you had controlling issues, or whatever reason that is, but it's not serving your purpose anymore. Or you might just discover that it's not working for you anymore. You might discover that maybe some of your parents are not biological parent to you, one of them, or both, or whatever. Maybe some of your siblings is not a biological sibling to you, or you might be discovering new siblings or connections. Maybe they are soul connections, but maybe they are also biological connections of some sort, or whatever the strangest scenario happens. I mean, maybe you didn't know everything, you were not presented with everything. There are a lot of things, there are a lot of secrets in families. All families do this, some more, some less, but they will come out in these energies. That's what I'm trying to say. Everything that is hidden will be coming out to the surface in these kind of energies. So you might be discovering that your child is maybe not your child, things like that. It's not everybody's scenario. This is not for everybody, but for some reason I'm having this stream of thoughts that is coming, so it is for somebody, and some people will be presented with scenarios like this. And why is this experience, why was this experience needed for them? This is something for them to discover, because this is the next level this is what hides the next level of their development, and something very important about them, which they have hidden from themselves long time ago. Yeah, that's, if I'm interpreting what I'm being receiving right now. So for some other people, wonderful things might be happening. I mean, this doesn't mean that this doesn't hide wonderful things, but it maybe only means that you have become too attached to the comfort zone, and you are not developing anymore, and you need something that's gonna really shatter your world. Or maybe you want to develop, but there is something that it's making you, that it's keeping you stuck, because you have not been choosing from a proper place. You have not been choosing from the heart space. You have not been choosing from your soul, but you have been choosing from your wrong beliefs, or other people's wrong beliefs that you accepted because you didn't know better at that time, because you were too attached to the collective beliefs. Mm, because this is, the collective window at the time, and you saw an opening somewhere, and you decided to go to that, through that opening. Yeah. And maybe these are the choices that you were making in who knows how many past lives before, or from higher planes, but you can be manipulated from higher planes too, because you, like I've been speaking in the beginning of these energies that want to create a different kind of reality, and you're participating in this reality for whatever reason, because you chose from the wrong place. You're not choosing from the soul place, and this is also your liberating, because you might be finding out, like, I don't know, that your teacher, like the school that you belong to, or a teacher that you belong to, or a spiritual teacher, or a healer, whatever, somebody you placed your trust or chose to learn from for a while, is a psyop, or the channel that you've been listening is a psyop, or something that, things that you don't know. You haven't been presented with everything, and maybe in the past you've seen hints of those people being manipulative, or whoever that is, and but you chose to turn a blind eye because it's, you thought that's how it should be. This is how things are done. You didn't know better at the time. You were not presented with all of the information. You didn't see the whole picture. But now you have more information, and if you have been presented with the whole picture in the beginning, maybe you wouldn't choose that path. And maybe it is exactly something that you needed on that path. You needed something there, and you had to go there. So in order for you to gain that perspective, to learn from that perspective, because of the duality experiment, because you chose at some point to participate in the duality experiment, and this is why. You don't have, doesn't mean that you're bad, that your choices were bad, doesn't even mean that those people are bad. It just means that you chose to participate in the duality experiment and serve that experiment. But that experiment maybe doesn't serve you anymore, and you want to develop on it. Your soul needs to step up to a different level now, and to a different level of tasks that you need to do here or in a higher plane. You accepted those tasks, and you don't need that anymore for your development. Excuse me. Ooh, I don't know what's going on. You don't need that for your development anymore. It was learning you, it was teaching you for a while, but now it's hindering you. So you need to change directions. And sometimes that's not easy, because you attached maybe your value for that, or you have emotions, or you created a whole your life around it, and it's not easy to accept that maybe that was not the best choice for you. But now the thing is that you can choose differently. We can always choose it. We can always choose again. We can always choose differently, and we can always choose ourselves. We can always choose our soul. We can always choose our soul. We can always choose our soulmate, because we choose our soul and the choices made from soul. So basically, in these kind of energies, anything that is not found based on the foundations of love chosen from the heart, be it a relationship, a business, marriage, whatever, will crumble. Maybe with difficulties, maybe not. Maybe people just decide to go different ways. So yeah, but basically this is what's been going on. Yeah, and somebody didn't want me to say this, but yeah, that's that's basically what's happening. You have a lot of, I mean, if you want to go to in these kind of stream, you can find a lot of information. I'm not so very knowledgeable about it. I've never been following these streams of information, but this is what's been going on in my own life, and this is what I've seen happening with my clients, and this is what I've seen happening with people around me. So yeah, and just I had this stream, and I had to share it because it's going to be happening to somebody. It's going to be somebody's scenario. For somebody, no, this might not resonate with somebody at all. So yeah, whatever doesn't resonate with you, just leave it and take what resonates with your heart, because we are directed to choose how it feels, and sometimes the information that we read, if they're not followed with the feeling from the heart, they're not right for us, and they're implants. This is what I've been learning from my clients when we work, and when they have implants, it's never followed with feeling, never. But the imprint is something different because it's there for their learning point. And I'm not going to be talking about this now because I'm being directed to look into my own reduction case scenario. So in order to be able to speak about this, yeah, but this, this is basically everything, that's hidden, that's going to come out. And everybody will have a different kind of scenario because everybody's different. And we all have different paths, and this all depends on your task, not even on your lesson, because we have done our lessons, so we could come to this point to choose the dimensions where we're going to be existing on, and if we're going to go higher, if we're going to go in, if we're going to align with our souls and our hearts, and we're going to be in alignment with love and choices from love. Everything that is hidden needs to come out so that we can witness it and learn from it and choose differently and vibrate higher, so that we can be able to receive this energy stream to vibrate higher. And we're all invited to vibrate higher. There's nobody who will be left behind in this. It's just our own choices and our own capabilities to receive it, transmute whatever needs to be transmuted, and receive new codes and new energy. So yeah, I think I said everything now. Yeah, I've done this in previous video. For some reason I have the need to do this, which is emanating energy. And I'll do a little bit of energy transmission, light code light language, that is going to deal with exactly what I've spoken now. I'm not going to be translating it. I did it in the previous video. I'm not going to be translating it because I spoke about it a bit. That's what it's going to be about. Actually, I don't know. And yeah. So just focus on the center of your heart and try just relax, and we'll see what happens now. This is for the purpose of your alignment and synchronizing you with your higher self, with who you really are, with your true self and your true path, the path that leads to God. And whenever you are in doubt, just ask to be turned to the path that leads to God, that's closest to God. And all of the choices that you can have, ask to be presented with that one. So I just need a moment to, I've been speaking a lot, so I just need a little bit. synchronizing, and aligning to the soul. Inikiatua katia shekea. Naketen koatan tua katia sitkiatana. Inakaya sekea nakoya. Anakaya tua katia si anakayatia. Keda tua katia sotakanda keahua. Inyaswa hatea katia kwa tishia takatea. Inasasa katana sasasasasua takashua teketana. Inataya katua shitikela kataha tua kashia tua kataya kwa. Inakatia shua. Nakayahua. Nakatua tia. Nakatia huana. Diasan naketea. Nasa. Huana. Asia katua katia. Nakatana. Shina katania. Sana. They're open to receive what's for you now. And only for you. Tia kashua katikea. Align with light. Inakea katia. Kawa. Inasetekea noa. Nakaya siena nishkana kwa. Inati. Iana shuana katia sa. Nakea so sa 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 sa. Fakana. Iana. Anakaya tua. Kana tua na nia tua. We're one. Nakatea. We are one. Anasatuakia. In our being oneness. Nasatekea nakatea. Asanoaka. Iakatua. Di sotakea swati. Nuakatia. Yeah, it was a bit different than the last time I did it. Yeah, you see. So I really I get this friend here, I got this friend here, and I got this friend here. And hypnotherapy is only a cover. I'm a wizard, no, I'm a sorceress. Yeah, and I leave you with that thought. Be who you really are. Thank you. Until the next time. Yeah, I'll be announcing a webinar. I've been told I should do a webinar. I don't know when, but I'll be announcing it. I'm just pre-announcing it now. And yeah, there'll be other things. Thank you for your patience. Bye.